right, guys, welcome back into studio. So a nonprofit organization in Starkville is dedicated to helping the community. Miss Brandi is one of those people, and she joins me this morning. Thank you so much for coming in. So Miss Brandi, talk to me just about what you guys do and the impact that you guys are making in Oktibbeha County.
So Starkville Strong is really a grassroots volunteer-led organization, and we address food insecurity, housing instability, and homelessness in Oktibbeha County. And we're different from other organizations in the way that we don't just give a bag of food and expect that person to figure out what to do next. We have case management, and so we put them in our programs and guide them through the steps to find stability and then thrive beyond that.
Now that's very interesting, because obviously I'm assuming these individuals, one, they probably feel very lost, and then you guys are giving that helping hand. I also want to speak about, you guys have kind of started this program, and we were just talking off camera that it's steadily growing, and we may even have to find new facilities. So let's talk about that.
Yeah. So Second Servings has been an idea sitting on that to-do list for about 2 years. And then I had a team member come along who felt inspired by it and said, let's do it. And so we began with just one sorority from MSU, and we got the food that they were throwing in the garbage, cooked good food like filet mignon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so in the first 6 weeks, we did a huge amount of meals, like 2,600 meals.
Interesting.
And so since April of 2024 to now, we've done almost 35,000 meals.
Oh my goodness.
And saved 75,000 meals from going into the garbage.
Oh my goodness, like that is crazy to think about.
Yes.
So when you guys get the foods from, like say the sorority, so what happens then? Are we freezing the food, or kind of talk to me about that process?
So we have several food partners. One of those is Chick-fil-A, and they freeze theirs, and then we pick up twice weekly. And so that's frozen, but we unthaw, and sometimes like we don't just distribute to our clients, we distribute to Boys and Girls Club, J.L. King Center, Casserole Kitchen, all of the places in town. And so we're able to get the food and then get it to people in need that way.
Now, are you guys all volunteer based with the organization?
Yes, for the most part. We have 2 VISTA workers, which is like an American Domestic Peace Corps. It's called AmeriCorps VISTA, and that we pay a small price for them to pay a full salary for 2 people. But the rest of us, I'm volunteer.
Wow, and how long have you been involved with Starkville Strong?
Well, I'm the founder and the director.
Oh, so since the beginning, guys.
Since the beginning, so 2020.
So that is amazing, just seeing also, like, I guess the fruits of your labor just growing into what it is today.
Very rewarding.
All right, guys, well, stay with us after the break. Miss Brandi's going to be talking more about Starkville Strong. You don't want to miss it. Guys, welcome back. So Miss Brandi Herrington is here in studio with Starkville Strong. And so if you were listening in, we were talking about their Second Servings program that you guys do and just the work in Oktibbeha County. But let's talk about this stronghold that we are trying to get kind of initiated.
So we've already developed the model of case management and moving people from crisis to stability, and we're ready to scale that up out of one facility, because currently we provide our services in 3 or 4 different locations. So like the free space of the library, sometimes we partner with the Discovery Center because they have adult education classes. So the stronghold would be one facility, a central hub where all of our services are done out of, but we don't duplicate services. We have strong partnerships with nonprofits and service agencies in Starkville. So we would bring those organizations in on a day of the week so that they could service our clients right there. Part of the hurdle is you go and you do an intake and they give you this list of 5 or 6 different places in 5 different areas of town. And that's hard. And some of these clients in a crisis survival mode, you don't have the space to breathe. So we step in, fill the gaps, and at the stronghold we'd have temporary housing, Second Servings would run out of there, the pantry, neighbors helping neighbors, employment services, community garden. It would be this one-stop shop where people could thrive. And it's not just about the people and helping them find stability, which is super important. But if you look at it from the other side, it's all interconnected with the economy. So the more people we have who are stable, they're paying taxes, they might be able to get a better job, an increased job. Their kids will be more stable and have more opportunities and be able to thrive as well. So what we're doing doesn't just impact the person now, it has a ripple effect.
Yes. Now, Ms. Brandi, with you being the founder of this, what made you decide, let me start something like this in my own community?
I used to be a teacher and I had to resign I had a seizure disorder. And I missed it. Those kids, I took their stories with me everywhere I went. And there were so many times they begged to go home with me, to live with me, for me to adopt them. And that's the heart of it right there, because those kids had families.
Yes.
And there were opportunities to do better, and I couldn't do it as a teacher. And I couldn't fix many of the systems there. But I feel like, if given the chance, our model is working. We've got proven outcomes, and we're ready for that next step to really make a difference and create a model that maybe other nonprofits would see value in.
And then also with you guys growing, you guys might have the potential to reach even beyond Oktibbeha County.
Yeah.
What is, I guess, the goal that you're looking to see?
Well, for second servings, we're absolutely going to have to reach outside of the county because we're doing so many meals. But, I think if our capacity we can sustain, then maybe we can extend outside of Oktibbeha.
All right, Ms. Brandi, thanks so much for joining me in studio. Guys, we'll be right back.